Hello, I'm William Price, and welcome to a commentary video on the next Battlefield game that they just released a trailer for. I'm not going to be breaking it down and going into detail about it. I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts on it. In the background, you guys can see some Battlefield 4 and some Battlefield Hardline gameplay. And I'm going to keep this video short. If you guys have not seen the trailer, there will be a link in the description below, because I won't show it in this video for copyright reasons. And then once you guys go and watch it, I want you to let me know what you think of it in the comments below. But what I thought about it, it was pretty cool. I really liked the whole World War One idea. When I get my hands on it, when they release the game and I get my hands on it, it will probably be I think it will be the first-person shooter that I ever played in the World War One time zone or time. When they release the game, and when I get it, it'll probably be the very first-person shooter that I ever played that takes place in World War One. I played some strategy games that take place in World War One, but never like a first-person shooter. If I have, I don't remember any first-person shooters that I played. And it's gonna be for next gen, which is gonna be pretty cool and interesting. The only things that might be a little bit a problem is that in World War One there wasn't a whole lot of weapons, and most of the weapons were bolt action, so I don't know how the multiplayer is gonna play. And it was mainly trench fighting, and when you attacked, it was mainly big attacks on a trench, and it was pretty bad for warfare. So I don't know how the multiplayer is gonna play with just bolt actions and a few heavy weapons that are automatic. The only automatic weapons were on airplanes and I think tanks, and there actually wasn't many tanks. I think there was only one tank I know of that they showed in the trailer. I don't think there was many tanks either. But the heavy weapons, or the automatic weapons, were really big and bulky. And the trailer looked like you do get to use them and run around with them, so I don't think they'll be limited to the sentries turrets. So I think you will be able to run around. There was a few heavy weapons that were automatics, but not very many. So most of the weapons were bolt action and melee weapons. And the whole trailer looked very cool. The airplanes that you get to fly around remind me of the movie Spy Boys. I don't know if any of you have watched it, but it was a movie that took place in World War One, where American pilots were flying French planes in World War One, and it was a very good movie. So the World War One planes, the one scene in the advertisement, you guys know what I'm talking about, remind me of that. So the planes I saw were looked like fighter planes and a bomber, and they also showed a German Zeppelin. I don't know if you'd be able to use the Zeppelin, but it'd be pretty cool if you do get to use it. I don't know how you use it, if you need extra teammates to help you use it, and if you do need extra teammates, hopefully when you play the game you have a good teammates, because it's really annoying when you have to rely on our teammates and they're not very good. They're crashing the Zeppelin or doing something crazy. And the bomber plane, they have some wingmen on the side, or some guys on the side of the plane with heavy weapons as so it kind of remind me similar to a helicopter on the Battlefield games, where one guy flies it and then those two guys on either side manning the weapons or the guns. That would kind of remind me of. And they only showed us the one tank. It was the British tank that they used in World War One. I think it was the only tank. There might have been one or two others, but not that I remember hearing about. There was only I think that was the only tank, and it was the most famous one too. So pretty interesting. You also looked like you got to ride horses. And I think the horses are to replace the dirt bikes and the quads in Battlefield games. And I don't know if you get to ride and shoot similar to you did on Black Ops 2, but it looked pretty interesting, the riding around and a sword and the game. And it looked like it was, they had some like desert scenes and some nomad quips, so looked like you would be fighting not just in the trenches but also in the desert. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. They didn't show a whole lot, which is I was expecting like a full reveal trailer. I was expecting like a full 4 minutes. It seemed more like a teaser trailer than an actual reveal trailer. And they're calling it Battlefield 1, which I actually wasn't expecting them to call it Battlefield 1. I was expecting them to call it something else, not just Battlefield 1. So pretty interesting. There wasn't a whole lot in the trailer. It looked like there's a lot of main campaign clips, but it looked very detailed. It looked very cool. Don't know how many players it would go up to, because right now on next gen console, and I'm not sure about PC because I don't play Battlefield on PC, but it's like Battlefield 4 on hardware, it's 32 versus 32, so a total of 64 players. I don't know if they'll keep it that way, or if they'll be able to bump it up to like 64 versus 64 if you do get to do that. Now, actually, what I watched Drifto's video and he was saying that would be pretty cool. And I think I agree, it would be very cool to do a 64 versus 64 players and just have like complete chaos. Like just running around, like there'll be so many players. It might be a little bit hard on like with internet, depending on what kind of internet you might have. But if it can handle it, I think it would be very fun. Like to have that many players would be just really, really fun. And I don't know that I'm not really sure what I think of the game. It looks really cool. Looks like a lot of fun. I don't know which of the 3 next games that are coming out that I'll probably play the most. Of Battlefield 1, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Titanfall 2. Let me know which one you guys probably want to play the most, or which one looks the most exciting to you, like which one you're most looking forward to. I had to say probably Titanfall or Battlefield 1. Those are the 2 that I really dislike. I haven't seen a whole lot of Titanfall 2, but I really like the first Titanfall, so I'm looking forward to see what they do. And Battlefield 1 just looks really cool. And Infinite Warfare, I really like space, so it's gonna be pretty interesting. And also another thing is with Battlefield 1 versus the Infinite Warfare, the reveal trailers. I keep messing up on the word. The reveal trailer. I'm not gonna try it again. But they'll trailers revealing the games. The Infinite Warfare had like 150,000 likes, and then like I think like 200,000 dislikes. I haven't checked recently, but that's what it was around. And so for Infinite Warfare, it has a ton of dislikes. But when I'm making this video, it's the day that they released the Battlefield 1 with reveal trailer, and it had like 180,000 likes, and like I think only like 5 to 10,000 dislikes. So looks like a lot of people are liking the way it looks. Probably because a lot of people don't like the futuristic warfare stuff. So it's gonna be interesting. Let me know what you guys think of it. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next video.